Well, I went down to Sydney and I picked up the gearbox during the week. I come back, so I've got, because there are really no V6 Mustangs imported to Australia. If they were there, and there were so limited quantities that it was probably very unlikely ever to find a gearbox in Australia. So if I look over in the US, by the time I got a gearbox from the US, it was going to cost me probably about $6,000, maybe $7,000. So I got this gearbox. It just happened to be, I had to be searching at the right time, and this gearbox came out of a car that was in New Zealand. So, well, I was lucky enough to get it into a shipping container of a sports sedan that was coming over. So they were kind enough to throw it in the shipping container with the sports sedan, and they brought it over, and I just had to drive down to Sydney to pick it up. To say that the engine and gearbox combination is big is an understatement. It's huge. I'd say the gearbox and the engine is huge. But we know the engine can fit in, and we just got to make the gearbox fit in. So, I don't know whether you've seen it, but that's the tunnel. So the tunnel's been hacked out, bashed out, and you can see on the side there where they welded in the floor, they actually missed all the front of the old floor going in. So I might have to raise the little coke hanger there a little bit to raise that up. I know I've got it on this side down here. I know I've got to cut that part there out. So I know I've got to do some alterations there. That's neither here nor there. But as long as I can get it looking back to how it is, and so that the bridge across there looks back to, is strong enough. I'm going to change all the floor and that on it that they put that metal in anyhow, so that doesn't matter. So that'll end up being cut out. I took all their big steel plate that they had in there out. My tapered reams have also arrived, so I'll be able to taper these out. So that's the tapered ream, so I'll be able to taper them out and do them. The rack, I've got the rack sitting where I want it, but I just put it in there because I didn't want to put any brackets on it, just in case I got to move it for the engine. So I might be able to slip the engine forward a little bit. So that's where I'm up with that. But it is a big combination. Yeah, but it's a hell of a lot lighter than the top loader in a 289. I do have a 289. I do have a C4 out there. I can make an auto, or I can put a manual in it, a T5 or something like that. But this 6-speed goes with this engine. A lot of differences in it is that the bell housing bolts are really close together at the top. So these two here are really close together, and then all the rest don't. And so it's a unique pattern on it. The bell housing doesn't have such a slant down on it, so it makes the gearbox sit up a lot higher. So clearly I'm going to have to make a bit of a tunnel for it, but I'll just show you that if you, the tunnel that came out of it, that's the tunnel that came out of it. And That's what it was. It was done by Harry Houdini. It's one for anyone escaped letting this get through. But it was just hacked up and butchered. Yeah. But they put plenty of tar paper paint over it so that you wouldn't be able to see what they've done. So, you know, it's hide all the evidence. So, so I'm just going ahead and doing that. I'm just dropping the oil out at the moment because I don't want any oil in the engine. The other things that I've been doing is I started work on the Jimny. I got another 8-inch stiff. It turns out that the tube size on these here are the same as the Brook Warners, and I can buy the ends for them, so I can shorten them up quite easily. So I can easily put a 8-inch under that one, or I can put that under. But I did some porting on the Jimny head just to match up the manifolds. So the head's going away on Monday. I'll take it in the manifold. Just did the manifold so that come out. So if you're wondering how much it increased it by, on the exhaust it increased it by almost 10 mil in size in the diameter of the hole coming out, so nearly 10 mil on the there. And that's only just matching up to the gasket. On the inlet, it was around about 8 to 9 millimeters. On some it was 8, the others it was 9 mil. But still that's significant, bit of flow for a M15 engine. They're only small cubes. These Jimnys come out with, the Jimny come out with a M13A. We're putting an M15 in. That gives it another 30 horsepower. And hopefully I can pick up another 5 or 10 horsepower with the port matching and with everything that needs to get done to it. So I pulled the engine down. I've got the engine over here. The engine's quite good inside. No, you're not going to see it. But there you can see it. You can see all the cross hatching still in it. Even though it's done a lot of miles, you can still see the bore is really good. So I'm just going to put a set of rings and bearings in it. It certainly had a lot of blow-by past the rings, and the oil rings are stuck on it. So they've probably been choffing around in it in top gear or in 5th gear and doing 40 kilometres an hour. But other than that, so I'm going to put rings, bearings, new timing chain, clean it all up, do the head up, new water pump and everything else on it, and this should come up all right. It's surprising that they're a 4-bolt main block, this M15, so no wonder why the little Suzukis hold together and do big revs. Not many engines have 4-bolt main block, but it's good. So that's a little update on the Sunbeam, and I'll probably end up calling it a Sunbeam Cyclone, because it is a Cyclone engine. If anyone's seen this car in the US and you have any details on it, you can see it used to have side pipes, and they just cut the sill panels out to put side pipes in it. It did have a V8 in it, sitting over there in the US. So, yeah, heaven knows what they did over there. But yeah, so if anyone knows anything about this car or has seen it around over in the US, I wouldn't mind getting some history on the little car. I like to know what history is on it. I am after indicators, so if anyone's got any front and rear indicator lenses and the indicator body for this side, for the left-hand side. Anyhow, catch you later. See you. That's my update.